And good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everyone. So we are here now in our fifth program for the Nano and GAN. So reminders, I'll just flash on the reminders. And our pens are in production, coming soon. So our topic for today is just a short presentation. It's just about emergency plasma kit. So this is an additional with your emergency kit, the normal emergency kit during any disaster or any calamity. So this will be helpful tools and protocols that can be easily be done with few materials needed. So we have a disaster alert signs from nature. So basically, some of us have already experienced different disasters or calamities. So observe the animals around you. They're the first indication of alert of any natural disaster. You may have 10 to 20 minutes to prepare when dogs start howling and there are no birds around and nature goes quiet. So this is one of our indicators. Next is we have our plasma supplies. So what we need, so you put this in your small pouch or bag. Make plenty of nano coated copper wires, bare copper wires, add some salt, lighter or fire torch, maybe the candle, sheets, sink sheets, plates or wires. Can you have clean water, medicinal herbs, or the ganses of the herbs and fruits that you like. So most of us have already learned how to make ganses of their fruits and vegetables and herbs. So you have your Gans material collection, label it, put proper labelings on it, so you will use that in times of when we produce matter. So here I'll tell you how to use it in emergency. So I have listed 9 or a plasma emergency kit. So you need paint patches at all sizes, and I will teach you the easiest, simplest, and most affordable way to make it, and it's very, very effective. Never lose your pain relief pens. Make your health cups. Have your rain jacket with Gans. I'll show you how. Gloves with Gans, or waterproof thermal knee socks with Gans. Gans Mask, and plasma mosquito repellent, and also the Magrab power supply unit if you have already ordered, coming soon. And some emergency protocols, the water decontamination system, how to treat open wounds with your badges, and the Magrab power supply system. First, I start with the simplest pain relief patch. So you just need Gans patches. This is the Gans patches that relieves pain fast, and I have tried it at least for this week. We have tried this also, and it really relieves the pain very, very fast. All kinds of the pain in the body. So materials needed, you need just resealable plastic pack, tissue, a table napkin, water from your CO2 Gans Kit. You don't need the Gans, you just need the water from your CO2 Gans Kit. Take note of it. So simply like this, step 1, get a plastic pack and a tissue or a napkin. Number 2, you insert it inside. You have already a packaging. Next is get just a 5 ml of the water of your CO2 Gans Kit. You can use your energized CO2, which means that you have put any herbs around it or above it, so that the energy or the information of the herbs will be transferred to the CO2. So as well as the water. So the water is the medium of transfer. So all the information in the Gans are already transferred in the water. Next is you pour the water in. And the 5th is you have your patch. This patch, we tried this. And next is you need to label it. So is this for personal use? Don't let others use your patch. Put a label, make your own patch, and give to others their patches and write names. This is non-consumable. You can use it many times, but you use it only for you. That's the only thing. And you can put it anywhere in the body if you have any pain. We have tried all types of muscle pain here in the house. My friends also did this, and they felt so much relief, and it's quick. And we tried some ankle damages who have already broken legs before, and it was cured, but there's still pain, so it still removes the pain. And I believe it continues the healing if you put it for a long time, maybe more than 24 hours, or you make a sessions. My father, I put this to his heel because he have a very a painful heel that keep on coming back, and I just inserted when he wore his sack, I just inserted it there, and the pain after 24 hours, the pain didn't come back anymore, and right now he feels well and he feels youthful, even at 71 years old, with that patch, because there's no more pain on his joints. Next is apply to the pain area. So expect pain relief in minutes. You use 24 hours for therapy and healing support. So I said it again, you can use energized CO2 Gans water. Anything that you want to empower your CO2 Gans. You will never consume any of your ganses anymore. You can put your Gans in a small bottle with the water. So if you want to produce many patches, what you do is just refill the water, or just one drop of water on a barrel of water. All of that barrel of water has already the energized Gans. And you can make as many patches as you like, and it works. I tried it. I just get a drop of water and I put it in a glass of water, and I use that water to make patches, and it still works. You can try it. So you can make any patch sizes you like. You can make belts on that patches, connect them, so you can put it on your waist, put it on your torso, everywhere in your body. If you have pain, just do it. Just that simple. So next is just a picture. Place the patches on the stomach. Use as direct food. We just tried this. We got hungry because the food was not yet prepared, so we tried to put in our stomach, and the pain in the stomach disappeared. I don't know if the hunger is still there, but we ate after doing it. And also, if there is no Gans available, what you do, this is the one thing that we are trying here, but I have tried using a barbecue stick instead of a copper wire. I used a barbecue stick and burned it. With the barbecue stick, it can also remove pain. I just point it out. There's a sharp point of a barbecue stick, a wooden stick, and I point it out to the pain. It also removes the pain. So you just burn wood and fruits, herbs, and spices for your health use in a clay or a metal pot, and it becomes all ashes. And you use that. Once it is burned, collect the ashes. That is already your energized nanomaterials. So all the information of the fruits, vegetables that is burned are mixed with the wood ashes there together. And the wood ashes becomes your caustic. So there is the process of nano coating and also making it to a nanomaterial. Then you mix it with water, and you have an energized water, or maybe you'll just mix a little bit of salt, I think. So, but we will confirm this experiment yet. So I have not made this yet. I just think of it this week. So for emergency cases that you have not processed any Gans. And open wound treatment. So do the clean and dress the wound, simply the first aid kit, first aid system way. But after that, you apply the patch over it. After covering the wound, you apply the patch. It really suits the pain fast. Really, I tried open wounds. Some of my friends tried open wounds. The pain just disappears fast. So the patches that we make with CO2 Gans water alone. Oh, sorry. Next is that you can use your patches with your health cups. So you can wrap them around and plastic, and you can energize already your bottle. So can you wrap it around, under, over, so at least all the energy will be transferred already there. I think this works because the water is also mixed with the amino acid on top. So the energy of the amino acid, which is floating in the CO2 kit, is also a part in the water. So when put together in the patch, you can still transfer the energy to the water in your cups. I tried this also. So next is your health cup. Your health cup does not only support your drinking water, you also need to energize the heart, lungs, and brain. So you just need to breathe in the air of your health cup. Instead of drinking the water, you breathe in the air inside. Just breathe in slowly and slowly. It helps you relax, and you have breathed in the energized air inside your cup. For the water, it energizes your physicality. Next is how to decontaminate the water. So basically, Mr. Kesh has already told us how, so I just documented it. So you need wood ashes or any nano-coated wires or CO2 Gans, a container, and your water. So get a container with water and put ashes on it. As the ashes settle on the bottom, get the top water and transfer to another container. Repeat the process 2 to 3 times until the water is purified. So until you reach, so you need to transfer it in another container and put ashes again. And until it settles again, you transfer it again. And until you find it to be clean and purified. Simplest and effective pain relief pen. So this design is one of the simplest. If you are in emergency use, you don't have the patch, or there's a particular pain that cannot. Okay, so we're back. So here's the using the effective pain relief pen. So you need just a tape, a nano-coated copper coil, maybe as small as number 24, or you need to have a 7 centimeter long coil like this. So simply have a coil, counterclockwise turn, and just wrap it with tape, and you got your pen. And you just point anywhere from the north or the south terminals, then it relieves pain. So I tried this already with tubes, with tapes. It relieves pain fast as well. Just that. So you don't need to have any plenty of complications of doing 2 layers. You can do also the double layer, but this is the easiest way and can relieve pain. I have tried many of this already. Here is the raincoat and gloves with Gans. So I suggest to those who are capable to manufacture this. This is an idea. So we need to energize a coat for extra strength during any natural disaster. So if there is rain or water, so you need to have a coat or a raincoat or a jacket, and insert the pads that you make in the linings or inside. Which my friend tried this. We inserted in his jacket, and he really feels the energy in his body, and it's relieving him from all the body pains. So I suggest to him that he put it in his patch on his jacket, so at least he gets relief when he drives his motorcycle, travels long, and it gives him a good feel. And also you can put on the gloves as well, especially in the finger points and also in the palm. So these are the ideas. Hopefully our friends in China can do this. They have the capability to do it fast. And also a suggestion is a waterproof thermal socks with Gans. So still Gans patches. So if you have thermal socks, many of you know what thermal socks are. You just make it a waterproof, because during disasters, the feet is very vulnerable. So it's gonna be stepping so many things, and you need to make it waterproof. So you can wear different boots or shoes, but at least it won't get wet, and it won't have much because we know that the nerve ends are on our feet, and when our feet gets wounded, it's gonna be hard for us to travel. So you can also energize different patches, put patches on the thermal socks, and you can have your boots. If you can play your shoes, you can put also the CO2 Gans pouches. Also for the mask. Yes, sir.
Can I just come in here?
Yes, sir.
You have to realize 2 points when you use CO2, when you use CuO2. Especially for infected wounds, use a water which has a copper oxide, not just the CO2. If you use the Gans of the copper oxide or the water of the Gans of copper oxide, it has the ability of disinfecting. So if you have an open wound or you have in disaster points, you need to, but you can't use it for long, just for a few minutes, and you remove it. You'll find out the copper has the ability, in the conjunction with a neurosystem and the physical part of the body of the man, to act as a disinfectant. So you can use both CO2 and CO2, especially in the wounded areas, as with a patch. Mix the two together. Make a patch which has both CO2 and, but don't use the CO2 for a long time, for a short time. If you have a wound infections, if you have a burn infections, you will find out if you what you got to do, the way you put your paper in the plastic cover, you move your patch, nano coat 3 different papers and put them across each other. What I mean, I put the camera on to show you.
Okay, sir.
What you got to do is, I can't, oh yeah, okay, I'm on there. What you do, you use one paper soaked with CO2, you use another paper with a copper oxide, and then you use another paper with CO2. So you make 3 layers, even in different angles, slightly different angles to each other. This creates on the side of the body, because it interacts with the body, the exact condition of the 3 layers of the skin. You'll find out the skin growth will be much faster without infection. So you create the physical condition. And what happens, this is physically what happens. Let's say this is your top paper, this is your middle paper, and the third one is, let's say, your other paper. Here is your skin. You have a top layer, you have the middle layer, and you have a bottom layer. So in fact, you create a zone here which allows to behave like a skin, and the bottom builds very fast to the top, because this will not change. This will build up to it. And you find out burn recovery very, very fast if you use the 3 layers. This is part of the emergency kits which we will develop, we will introduce into the market in the coming weeks. And this is part of the, what do you call it, the burn system. I offer this to the emergency services here in Italy because of the explosion we had. So the science behind it, you have to understand, is that the 3 layers interaction of fields gives to the condition of the creation feeling of the skin. Now here you're void of a skin, it's come with a burn. The 3 layers, if it's burned, you have to show the 3 layers on this side. So the interaction creates that surface that the body will follow the field transfer, and you find a replacement and the growth of the skin and the flesh very rapid without infection. It's important to use a copper, very important. But you don't use a copper long term, especially when it's used on the stomach part where the soft tissues are. It has to be in a short burst, because the copper can interact with the muscle tissue of the soft tissue of the body, and it has other applications. So if you are dealing with an infected wound, try the copper oxide tissue on its own, or maybe with the CO2. If it's just a pain, use the CO2. Pain is a sign of emotion. Copper is a part of the structure of the physicality. So once you nano-coated it and you have created the plasma of the water, so now with the water of the body, it has a common ground. With the copper has a common ground, you see the building of the muscle tissue. Very rapid. It can speed up to factors. Without infection, mainly without infection. The biggest problem, as even Renan said, is putting these patches after the bandage. But don't make the bandage too thick, that the field environment is less than 3 to 7 millimeters sometimes to be effective. Carry on, Renan.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Just to be clear, that's the water of the CO2 and the water.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
Gans itself.
Yes. This knowledge will become very handy very soon for a lot of applications around disaster zones. With the fire cases.
Extremely quick and easy to make.
Pardon?
I see these as extremely quick and easy to make.
Yeah, the beauty with it, as Renan said as well, the fire brigades can apply it on the site. Doesn't matter how many injuries are, how many people. When they carry the guns with them, they just add the water to it. Within seconds, they can make their own patches for each person on the site.
So let's continue. So the next is we have our, after the thermal socks with Gans, CO2 Gans. Gans Mask. So we have already existing mask there in case of any volcanic eruption or dust, and the area is so stinky, and you can buy your existing mask and just put the patches around the filters. Don't cover the filters, just around the filters to help. So still use CO2 Gans. It's energizing, so you can wear your mask as long as possible when there is still the need of it. So just always be reminded, if with infections, use the copper oxide water, Gans water, for the infection, but don't use it permanently or long. So this is another. The next thing is the mosquito repellent. This is a simplified one. So the same concept. You try by Lief Tanner. He told me this, and I just made it simplified it. So you just need the CO2 Gans plus the citronella oil or a lemongrass extract mixed, and the water. Still use the water of that Gans in making simple patches, and wrap the patches on the plastic bottle, and you put the clean water, wait for 30 minutes or to 1 hour, and drink the water. You just observe. You will have the energy of the citronella in your body, thus mosquito shy away from you. So anybody can try this and can confirm it. So Lief Tanner also tried this, but he did another process. But I think this process is more simple to use, and you may confirm it. So this can help in the area of the disaster zone, especially when the water has resided and everything has cleared up. There will be so much dead plants, dead animals, and you need the mosquitoes will be around and flies. So at least we have something that we can drink every time, and the mosquitoes won't go to us. So this is.
Would this work? Would this work for the malaria mosquito?
If
would we attract it to us, or would we repel them?
Maybe we will. It will be a repellent, sir. For me, I think it's gonna be instead of attraction, because the lemongrass and the citronella repels them. So with the energy of the lemongrass and the citronella oil, with that energy in your body system, so they will be. They won't say they will have no option but not to bite you, because they thought you have already the citronella inside you. So
in the Philippines, do you know how you distinguish if you have a malaria? I think you have a malaria mosquito.
Yes,
how do you distinguish the malaria mosquito from non-malaria mosquito?
The zebra type. The malaria mosquito, the zebra type. Zebra. Their color is white and black, and it's like stripes. So their body, their foot, their legs are white, black, white, black.
But in Africa, it's not that way, is it? It's all the same color.
Oh.
In Africa, malaria is the same. It's the way they sit. If you see a mosquito, if it's If it sits, I'll draw it for you. In Africa, it's the easiest way to know if you can see it when you get beaten. Is the normal mosquito, if this is your leg, oh, let me do it this way. If this is your leg and the mosquito sits with you along that way, it's a normal mosquito. But if the mosquito is like this, it's a malaria mosquito.
Oh, okay.
That's how we see it. It sits with the legs and it bites you inside. The malaria mosquito is deformed shape. That's how, but the normal mosquito, when it sits like a normal mosquito on your body. And one of the things you can do, which is release pains very rapidly, apply the mosquito repellent or the mosquito oil as you make it directly on the point of the bite. You'll find out it reduces it immediately, disinfects it immediately, then the pain disappears. The best thing is if you got a mosquito repellent, or maybe you can try with the oil you have, when you get mosquito bitten, use it directly on the point of the bite and the pain disappears instantly because it's there to do the job. It does both ways.
The mixture of the CO2 oil with the citronella oil, I think, like Mr. Kesh is saying, if we apply it on the area of the bite, it will be more effective to repel the mosquitoes and also to heal the pain or the damage done.
Okay.
Lemongrass is very common in Africa. You can smell it from miles when you come near the fields. It just hits you. Carry on.
Okay, so and that's all. And thank you. That's what I have prepared yet for the emergency kit.